China is deeply disappointed by the result of today's vote. The conflict in Gaza has been dragging on for nearly 2 years, causing an unprecedented humanitarian catastrophe. Time and again, the Security Council has attempted to take action, only to be forcibly blocked by the United States. We cannot help but ask, how many more innocent lives must be lost before a ceasefire can be achieved in Gaza? In October 2023, when the U.S. cast its first veto on the draft resolution on Gaza, the conflict back then had claimed nearly 3,000 lives. Today, with the U.S. again abusing its vetoed power, the death toll in Gaza had soared to over 65,000. Force cannot win peace, nor can violence bring security. Prolonging the fighting will only lead to more death and hatred. Israel must immediately cease its military operations in Gaza and halt any dangerous actions that escalate tensions. We hope that the United States can align itself with the international community working towards the same goal, uphold a just and responsible stance, and make concrete and active efforts to secure a ceasefire. How many more tragedies will it take before humanitarian aid can flow unimpeded? Under the extreme blockade, famine has already set in Gaza. Disease is spreading rapidly. The militarized aid distribution mechanism run by the U.S. and Israel obstructs the UN and other humanitarian agencies from delivering aid. Instead of improving the humanitarian situation, this mechanism has claimed the lives of a large number of aid-seeking civilians. The weaponization of humanitarian aid is unacceptable. The violation of international humanitarian law is unacceptable. Israel must fulfill its obligations as the occupying power under the international humanitarian law by lifting access restrictions on humanitarian aid and supporting the UN in providing assistance in line with humanitarian principles. How much longer do we have to wait before the Security Council fulfills its responsibilities? This council bears the primary responsibility for maintaining international peace and security, and has long reached an overwhelming consensus on issues such as ceasefire and humanitarian affairs in Gaza, yet it is no other than the U.S. passive and obstructive approach to Council action and its intransigent shielding of violations of Council resolutions that have rendered this Council ineffective in addressing the Gaza issue. As a permanent member of the Council, the U.S. should take its responsibilities seriously, support the Council in effectively fulfilling its mandate, and uphold the role and authority of the UN instead of doing the opposite. President, the international community's efforts to uphold justice and fairness will not stop. Next week, the 80th session of the UN General Assembly will convene the general debate and high-level conference on the implementation of the two-state solution. We hope that the relevant country can heed the strong call of the international community and make the right decision, demonstrating a sense of responsibility to life and to history. China will continue to work with the international community to end the fighting in Gaza, alleviate the humanitarian catastrophe, and advance the implementation of the two-state solution with a view to ultimately achieving a comprehensive, just, and lasting solution to the Palestinian question. Thank you, President.